Hi, this is Luke from Steve White Motors. We've got Project Silver Streak that we're in the process of doing. It is a 15 5.7 RT. We've already done the headers on this vehicle. We've already got the exhaust back together. Of course, we're doing Kooks long tubes, green catted high flow cats. We've already got the engine prep. We're getting ready to install the supercharger. And as you can see, we wrap all our vehicles in a nice big fancy blanket to make sure that everything's well protected. Of course, we remove the front. We do it for a couple of different reasons. The front, we remove the front fascia to gain access to the front of the engine so we can drill and pin the crank. But one of the reasons we also do it is it's much easier to set up the heat exchanger on the module, plus the fact that we're constantly reaching over the top of the front. So if we're doing that, with the front removed, there's a lot less chance of scratching or damaging anything. And like I said, we put this real nice thick quilted blanket on everything to make sure that we don't damage the vehicle, that when we're done, the vehicle is just as pristine as when it came into us. Again, the car is ready. I'm going to kind of do a little walk through it so you can kind of see what we do. This is a Magnuson 2300. Of course, it's featuring our lifted adrenaline logos. This has just been taken out of the box. That's the way it comes out of the box. They now come, the way we order these now is that we order them with 6.2 Hellcat injectors, which is about 62 pounds. They're just a phenomenal injector. That's why we're using them. So when we build these, when we order these from Magnuson, we actually spec them to the way we want them. One of the things that we spec them with is the Hellcat injectors. On this particular build, we're also using the Mopar cold air, which is our favorite cold air intake to use. And as you can see, we've already partially assembled this one. And as we go through the process, we'll assemble it. The other thing that we also do is this customer already had our 345 covers. We will trim these and put a relocation kit and reinstall these on the vehicle. Again, the 2300 on a 5.7 with Kooks long tubes. This car should be somewhere around 505 horse. On a 6.4, it's about 585 to 590 horse. Kooks long tubes, green catted high flow cats, and a 2300. Typically on the 6.4, we do 7 pounds of boost. On the 5.7, we go 8 pounds of boost. The pistons in the 5.7s are a little bit more robust than they are in the 6.4. We've already laid out the pieces on the table to give you an idea what we're going to go through. One of the really nice pieces to this is a stage 1 fuel pump from A2 Speed, and it's a plug and play. As you can see, it comes with a nice connector. We no longer have to cut wires and solder wires like we did in the old days. There's a little bit of trimming to do inside the hat, which is the fuel pump module, but aside of that, the whole thing is a plug and play. This pump will sustain up to about 720 wheel horsepower type of power. So in other words, if you go down the road and you decide that you're going to forge the bottom end and maybe port some heads, put a big cam in it, like I said, this will support all the way up to about 720, 730 wheel horsepower. Basically, this is what you get. One of the things that we do not use, we're not a big fan of the catch can that comes with the system. Unfortunately, we normally dispose of this. We don't use them. We like to use a VP2 from Arrington, except Arrington is really no longer around. We've really not done any business with Shop Emmy since they've gone away. I know they're trying to get it going again. E-material, we've been using the Moroso catch can, we've been using the Billet Tech catch can. We just want a really nice catch can on the vehicle. These motors are designed in such a way that you've got a steel block, aluminum heads, and from the factory a plastic intake. And with the supercharger, you're adding basically an aluminum intake. The problem that we're seeing is that on this particular combination, there's a lot of oil vapors which accumulate in the intake manifold. With boost, that problem is worse. It's more aggravating. So therefore, we want to make sure we have a good catch can on the vehicle. The system comes with new intake gaskets, of course the heat exchanger that gets mounted on the front of the condenser, all the pieces that we need. It comes with a new Bosch pump, of course new idler pulley system, new reservoir, and then all the wiring and all the pieces that we need, including the extensions for some of the wiring for the map sensor, for example, and the air temperature sensor. We also replaced, I don't know if you can see it, but this is the map sensor. This is a 2-bar map. On a standard vehicle, the map sensor is a single bar, which is only able to measure inches of vacuum. It's not able to measure boost. When we install these, we actually put a 2-bar map, which is also able to do boost and vacuum. basically the kit, the way it comes. It's pretty straightforward. It doesn't require, it doesn't require a surgeon to do this, but it does take some outside of the box thinking, some common sense thinking. It is not a straightforward install. If this is not done properly, there's a good chance of damaging the engine. So between the install and being able to transfer the software properly to the vehicle, you've got to be a little careful with this. Sorry for the background noise. This is a working shop. If you have any questions, reach out to us. We'll be glad to answer them for you. Again, Luke from Steve White Motors. Thank you.